Call the meeting of the Board of Commissioners to order. First item is Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 3 is invocation. Invocations offered by myself. Bow your heads. Please, Lord, give us the wisdom to make the right decisions for the public. And promote greater, let the rest of the country follow our lead of working in a bipartisan manner to get things done for the good of the people, as we've done here in Macomb County. Continue to bless us and bless this meeting. Amen. Amen. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Thank you very much. Item 4 is adoption of the agenda. Got motion to adopt.
Agenda.
Support Vansickle.
Any discussion on the minutes or adoption of the agenda? All those in favor say aye. Please vote. Slow down, Brown.
Get my pen.
Minutes approved there.
Here, the votes aren't coming through for me.
All those in favor of approving the agenda say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Item 5 is approval of the minutes. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes? Moved by Commissioner Ganem, supported by Commissioner Nard. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Item 6 is public participation. This is the first opportunity for members of the public to speak on any item on the agenda. At the end of the meeting, there'll be a place to have another portion of public participation to speak on anything you want to speak on at all, anything that you want to. Is there anyone here that wants to speak on any item on the agenda today? Anyone from the public wants to speak on the agenda? Seeing no one, will close public participation for now. We'll come back to that later on. Item 7 are appointments. We have a substance use disorder oversight policy board. We have 2 vacancies for a 3-year term to expire September 30th, 2027. The clerk will call the roll and you'll say 2 names, or one, or whatever you want to say.
Commissioner Ganem,
Ryan and Khaja.
can you repeat those? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
He said Ryan and Khaja.
Thank you. Commissioner Grote,
Ryan and Sarah.
Commissioner Ha,
Ryan and Sarah.
Commissioner Kraft.
Zemke and Matthews.
Thank you. Commissioner Lucido,
Lisa and Ryan.
Commissioner Nard,
Ryan and Khaja.
Lisa's fine.
Commissioner Perna,
Lisa and Ryan.
Commissioner Romano,
Lisa and Ryan.
Commissioner Sabatini.
Childers and Zemke.
Thank you. Commissioner Vansickle,
Matthews and Zemke.
Commissioner Wallace,
Childers and Zemke.
Commissioner Zinner,
Zemke and Matthews.
Chair Brown.
Ryan and Lisa Childers.
Zemke has a majority of 13. We also have 2 for Ahmed, 6 for Childers, 5 for Matthews. The rest didn't receive any votes. So the next round will be between Childers and Matthews. Commissioner Ganem,
Matthews.
Commissioner Grote,
Matthews.
Commissioner Ha,
Childers.
Commissioner Kraft,
Matthews.
Commissioner Lucido,
Shoulders.
Commissioner Nard,
Childers.
Commissioner Perna,
Childers.
Commissioner Romano,
Childress.
Commissioner Sabatini,
Childers.
Commissioner Vansickle,
Matthews.
Commissioner Wallace,
Childers.
Commissioner Zinner,
Childers.
Chair Brown.
Childers.
Matthews received 4, Childers received a majority of 9.
Okay, very good. Need a motion to approve these two appointees.
So moved, Perna.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Need a motion to appoint 42nd District 2 Magistrate Scott Ausilio.
Support.
Any discussion on the appointment? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Proclamations. We have proclamation honoring John
Agnello.
for his heroic efforts to save the life of a woman. It's offered by Commissioner Barbara Zinner and Commissioner Lucido. Commissioners, you proceed. Whoever-
We need a motion.
Chair, did we vote on this yet?
Not yet.
I'll make the motion to approve the proclamation.
Support.
Okay. Very good.
Commissioner Lucido, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Guys, your turn. You want to come up here too? Okay. So, when I originally seen it on the news, what this young gentleman did, I thought it was very, very courageous. And I don't know if most of us up here would have the courage to do what he did. He saw someone in distress who drove into the Lake St. Clair, and he jumped in to try to save her life. Not only did he do that, after they pulled her out with the assistance of someone else, he went back in to make sure there was nobody else in the car. So I really thought it was important for us to honor him today with this proclamation from the Board of Commissioners for his heroism and making sure he is watching out. This is the kind of people we want watching out for our residents here in Macomb County. So I want to say thank you very much on behalf of myself and Barb and the rest of the commissioners. Thank you. Can we get a picture real quick?
Can we get a speech out of him? What do you think?
Yes. Yes, you're required to say a few words, son, so please,
I would like to say thank you for this proclamation here. This is really cool, and thanks for all the other counties too that did this too. And thanks for my family for teaching me the right way instead of going on my phone, maybe videotaping, which I think other people would do. So yeah, this is really cool of all of you guys.
you know, you put your life at risk. People sometimes trying to do the right thing get caught up, and they succumb as well. And you put your life at risk, and you're a young man with a whole life in front of you, but you decided to make the effort to save someone else. And that's not to be overstated. I hope you appreciate what you put up with. I mean, you put your life in danger, and we appreciate it. So I'm sure you're going to grow up to be a great man and a leader in your own right as you go about and lead by example and show other ones how to do the same thing. So thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Anyone else want to?
And real quick, if I can just say one thing, I mean, I would like to take a moment to thank his parents too for raising this outstanding young man, because, you know, that means a lot. A lot of parents don't instill these kind of values in their children. So I do want to give a shout out to his parents also, and thank you, because, you know, Macomb County, we really need more heroes like you, so thank you.
I need a motion to approve that honor.
We did a motion.
Mayor, I need a vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, thank you. We're going to try the system again now on these recommendations. Item 9, department recommendations. Schedule the organizational meeting for Thursday, January 9th, 2025 at 3 p.m.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion? Please vote.
Oh, we're working.
Give it a cold shoulder, it comes around.
Chair, I'm still not receiving any votes back.
She didn't get no votes.
Say again?
So she didn't get any votes.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Very good. All right, we're just going to do voice throughout. Item 10, Internal Service Committee recommendations. Item 10A through 10G. I need a motion to approve.
So motion to approve. Support.
Any discussions on any of those items? Actually, it's items A through F. We're going to do a separate motion for G. Any discussion on those items? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Item G, I need a motion to receive and file the approved bypass process request for the contract for Burnco Incorporated for the VIX Building Emergency Roof Repairs in the amount of $300,132.
Motion to receive and file.
Support.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Item 11, Health and Human Services Committee recommendations. Item 11A, budget amendment for the Office of Senior Services. Can I have a motion?
Motion
Support.
to approve.
Any discussion on that item? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? For those listening at home, these items were discussed previously at other committee meetings and were discussed and debated. This is the final reading of these minutes. Gives us an opportunity to ask questions or amend whatever was put forth previously. Item 12, Finance and Audit Budget Committee recommendations. Can I have a motion to approve items 12A and B?
So moved.
Any discussion on those items? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Item 13, Records and Public Safety Committee recommendations. I need a motion to approve items 13A and B through E.
Support.
Is there any discussion on any of those items? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item 14, Public Services Committee recommendations. I'd like a motion to approve items 14A through M.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion on any of those items? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item 15, ordinance. We need a motion to approve ordinance 2024-2 for FY 2025, June, August, September, program years, budget appropriations, ordinance.
Support.
Any discussion on that item? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Item 16 is resolutions. A resolution approving 2024-4240, resolution supporting House Bills 5917 and 5918. Got a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion to adopt.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item 17, correspondence. We have a motion to receive and file the correspondence from the Friends Cluster, Friends Closet.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Very good. Item 18, a board office update. Crystal?
Good afternoon. I hope you're all happy to be back in the boardroom. The crew worked really hard to get you back for your meetings this month, and the AV vendor was out earlier this week to reinstall and reconfigure everything, so we should be 100% operational now. Although the summer meetings were doubled up and we didn't see you as often, we were still very busy in the office here. We are in the process of finalizing plans for the Tri-County Summit, and we're going to be kicking off our Green Schools and Student Government Day programs and our 2024 Veteran of the Year nomination period. Becky has jumped right into learning about our Green Schools program and helping to take that over. An email to subscribers will go out this week with the 24-25 program information. She is working on a list of schools that participate from each district to provide to the commissioners. If you do know of a certain teacher or school or contact person that you want to make sure that information gets shared with, please let us know and we'll be happy to reach out to them. In addition to that and her many other duties like answering the phones and keeping the office stocked with supplies and paying our bills, she has fulfilled for commissioners 16 tribute requests, she's working on 3 more, and 21 proclamation requests with 7 in the works since she started with us. Mary has fully embraced her role as communication specialist, keeping you up to date on the latest news and keeping you notified and registered for the different events and conferences. She made sure everything was set for the Senior Fun Fest today, which I hear was quite an event for whoever attended. She did want to pass on to you that several of the visitors who stopped were very familiar with the Board of Commissioners. They knew who their commissioner was by name, and they were very happy with whoever his or her commissioner was and everything that they do. She's also our liaison to Huntry, so she's been making sure they have all the recent content and necessary information to promote all of our upcoming programs and events, which we have continued to see our followings grow on social media. As far as constituent management, since I reported to you at last month's full board, she has processed an additional 41 services in IQ with 130 messages received and 99 messages sent. Kyle, in addition to maintaining contact and getting updates from the auditors and coordinating the meetings with departments about roads issues, drainage issues, the friend of the court task force, policy requests by elected officials, supporting Chair Brown with the CSO issue he's been working on, and preparing the resolutions and ordinances you've considered. He is also getting ready for budget season. We do expect the recommended budget to be received at the end of this month. He will make sure to email it out to all of you as soon as it is received, and we will really try to get the budget books printed before the budget is presented to you on October 9th. We only have one new commissioner this budget season, so just as a reminder to everybody, Kyle will be tracking the amendments throughout the entire budget season. He does keep track of all the questions asked of the departments at the budget meetings, and he coordinates that follow-up information and makes sure they do get back to us with the questions you ask and that it is passed on to all the commissioners. You normally will see that after it's received as correspondence on an upcoming budget meeting. He works closely with Commissioner Sabatini throughout the process to make sure he's fully supported. And also a reminder, if you want to ever sit down with him to look at any budget, individual budget or the budget as a whole, you have any questions, he's always here during business hours. Feel free to set up a time, pop in, come in early to a meeting, and he'd be happy to sit down and help you with any questions you have. We've also kept Luke really busy this summer, meeting in the different locations. Because of him, your iPads were always wherever we met and fully charged. He had to manually control the cameras last week because the AV vendor had not had a chance to make it out when the boardroom was ready. He's helping close out our IQ implementation. He has continued to track issues and report them to Civic Clerk, even though that has pretty much become a lost cause at this point. We do have a recommendation for the board for a replacement system. IT was unable to get it before you in September, but they're going to send it for the October 2nd internal services meeting. We're hoping you might consider doing full board approval at that meeting. Otherwise, full board is not till October 24th, so we will lose almost another month. And they do say implementation will be 4 to 6 months. So we should have that packet by the end of this week, early next week. I will email that out to all the commissioners so you can start reviewing it to see if you're comfortable with the full board approval on the October 2nd date. So once you receive it, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us in the meantime. Adriana's job has also reached another level of difficulty with the Civic Clerk because she doesn't only experience the issues you do in the meetings, but she deals with those while she's preparing the agendas and the minutes as well. So she has been very involved in selecting this new system as our main user and main troubleshooter. She was involved. We had many meetings before and after the RFP. We did demos. We had follow-up Q&A sessions with the different vendors. So she made sure that we're choosing a system that meets our needs and hopefully won't have the issues that we've been experiencing with Civic Clerk. Also, she manages the OAAC, as you all know, and there are some really active members that keep her busy with their enthusiastic ideas. They are meeting this coming Tuesday in the conference room next door at 3 p.m. if anybody wanted to join them. We do have a representative from the Oakland County Board of Commissioners coming out to talk to the OAAC about the Healthy Aging Ad Hoc Committee that they have out there. The older adults do not meet in October because of our budget schedule. Their last meeting is in November, and she has arranged for their favorite speaker, Sheila Cote from Senior Services, to present to them at their November meeting. She's also working on a possible bus trip to the DIA. I have a few reminders. If you have not yet RSVP'd for the summit on October 4th, please do so today. We have to turn that count in. Several commissioners are attending the MAT conference next week. Mary will make sure you have the information you need before you head up to Traverse City. The Veteran of the Year nominations, that will be going out on social media and our website any day now. We're going to try to use IQ for that this year, and those will be due on October 18th and presented. The Veteran of the Year will be presented at the November HHS meeting. And then we will also start to advertise for Student Government Day once we have an essay topic decided. Does anyone have any questions?
Commissioner Lucido.
Thank you. So first of all, I want to thank you guys because I think these updates are really great. I really do appreciate the updates that Crystal gives us every month. But I do have, you went over everyone does every month, which I think is fantastic. And I know everyone here works really, really hard. Well, can you add to that what Huntry does every single month for the commissioners?
Sure.
To your updates? I would appreciate that. Thanks.
Yeah, we have a spreadsheet where all of that is tracked, and then they send us like the social media stats at the end of the month, so I can include that for sure.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else have any questions for Crystal? Well, thank you for the excellent report, detailed report. A lot happening around the board all the time, and sometimes we're victims of their own success because everything comes out without a glitch. But you guys do a good job, and it's appreciated. So thank you. All right, I need a motion to receive and file the report.
So moved.
Support.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Motion approved. Item 19 is a public participation. This is the second opportunity for anyone from the public to wish to be heard. Is anyone from the public wish to be heard on anything at all? Got a chance, 3 minutes. You, sir, come up and state your name for the record. Now you have 3 minutes.
My name is Paul Schorsch. I live at 38057 Moravian Drive, one of the worst stretches of Moravian on the whole street of Moravian. But I'm not going to talk about how bad the road is, although that should be slated to be fixed, but it's not. I'm going to talk about the corruption in Macomb County, altering voting records. I have copies of all the laws that have allegedly been broken, all right? Scott Ogney is coming to Clinton Township, who's head of the Lotus Standing Complaint, and he is going to be speaking at the board. And if you guys have any questions about all these laws that have been broken, Pete Lucido already has this information, all right? I'm inviting you guys to come to the board meeting, ask him any question you want, and he will answer them. And I just want to end this corruption that's going on. We need to come together, Democrats, Republicans, come together, and we got to fix this because we're in deep trouble. I'm going to give this to my buddy, Jim Perna, and he can pass out all the laws, and each of you guys read this. I would greatly appreciate it. And by the way, I am from the real Republican Party. Thank you.
You can give that to our staff member, Mary over there. She'll take it, and she'll make sure that we all get copies of that.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. Anyone else in the public participation wish to be heard? Please step forward. State your name for the record. You have 3 minutes.
Good afternoon, Commission. My name is Fred Neenstead. I live at 41362 Justin Drive, Clinton Township. I'm very concerned that all of the proper procedures for handling the ballots, especially the absent voting ballots, I would like to understand that the Secretary of State has clearly defined how all of the ballots are to be processed, and that election inspectors and poll watchers have full authority to look over all, especially the absent voter ballots, when they are processed. It's very important that we understand that signature verification is properly maintained, that the date and processing date of these ballots are accurately recorded, and that all of the information is available to the public. It seems that it's going to be extremely hard if we don't watch it when it's happening. There's no way to step back later and take a look because of the canvassing and the certification of the election we have to watch it as the voting and tabulating is occurring. So I please would like to know that the commission understands all of the instructions from the Secretary of State and that they are fully implemented. We have a little understanding about how the courts are looking at what the signature verification process is defined by law, but yet what is actually taking place in various jurisdictions. I'm sure Macomb County will do everything that is required legally. But will we know what the Secretary of State's complete instructions are before the election? I would really like to understand anything that she has told to clerks at this time, right? Not after the election. I want to see it before the election. So please, take a little time to review and understand for yourselves before the election and the tabulating of these ballots begins. Be satisfied that all of the law is followed completely, 100%. I believe the integrity of our elections in Macomb County greatly depend on it. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else wish to be heard under public comment? Anyone else under public comment? Seeing no one else, will close public participation. Number 20 is commissioner comments.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so if you read the paper today and saw the stuff on the news about the Oakland County coming back and saying that they're not sending any type of untreated waste down the Red Run River into our lakes, which I think is absolutely fallacy. I would like to ask Candace Miller to start taking soil samples from underneath the lake. I mean, if you take a sample from that bacteria will still be in the lake beds, and that will prove that they are. I mean, there's billions of gallons of, untreated waste going down the Red Run Drain, and I live on the Red Run Drain, all right? I see it, I smell it, I know it, all right? And I could tell you is that there should be some sampling done from the lake bed up and down Red Run, and that will tell you, how much, feces or whatever is gathered at the bottom. I think maybe something like that might be helpful to show that it is happening, because he gets up there and says on yesterday's news that it's all false, that we're all lying, and I think that's just not right. All right, so to help Candace swing back at it, I think that would be something that maybe we could talk to her about, or send her a letter or whatever we can do to help that. But I think that she said yesterday to put up a steel gate. I think that dam, we came up with that about 8 years ago at a city council meeting in Warren. We came up with that. We're going to put a dam up and see how they like that. But unfortunately, it's controlled by Army Corps of Engineers. They're not going to let you do that. But that is something that, that's how desperate we're getting. So keep our lakes clean, to make sure that we have clean water to drink. I mean, think about that. They're sending that down to our river, down into our lake. The fish you eat, the water you drink, it's all in there. So, we got to protect that. And Oakland County, they should build a detention. I said that before. They just spend the money. We spend $80 million on building a detention basin. They should spend the money to build a detention basin that handles their overflow and make sure they can treat it properly. So.
Thank you, Commissioner Gannon. Make sure we pass that along. Commissioner Wallace.
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted to bring up a topic that was discussed at the Mount Clemens meeting, that they were going to, I guess some people were going to come here, but the homeless population in Mount Clemens is steady growing, and there are some homeless people that, we in the community know by name. They've been on the streets for years. They keep to themselves and go into the shelter at night. and we don't hear much from them, but there are new groups of people that have been pretty destructive. And in the meeting, in the city meeting, it was the way that it was spoken was pretty much like the sheriff's department was not doing anything or enough. So I felt like it was my responsibility to come on here and say that that's very misleading. Our sheriff's department they're very aware of what's going on. They have been going to neighboring counties to see what ordinances other counties have so they can make more moves, because right now they're limited based on the ordinance that we have. So they're doing what they can. They're helping put wording together for new ordinances, which, sometimes you don't see the sheriff's department doing things like that, but they want to help and get the problem solved. So I thought it was important that, people know that when you come to Mount Clemens, there has always been a homeless community in Mount Clemens. We have, different rehabs and different homeless shelters. So when the homeless shelter lets out, they have nowhere else to go but the streets until the homeless shelter opens back up. We just happen to be that community. But I did not want this meeting to pass without saying that the sheriff's department, I spoke with Anthony myself and the lieutenant in Mount Clemens, and they are on it. They are working. They cannot work fast enough because there are laws that they have to go by, but they are on foot, which that wasn't happening before. They want the community, business owners, to see them walking around, driving around, to show that they are there. So I didn't want this meeting to pass without saying that I see them, no matter what was said at the local meeting. I think that we can't just say that our sheriff's department is not doing anything when many of us know that is not the case. So I just wanted to say that, speak on their behalf, and I am meeting with members of the sheriff's department on Monday morning to discuss this further. So I'll be keeping you updated as well as our city mayor. So thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Wallace. This board being part of Mount Clemens, it's our problem too. It's our town, so we want help too. So you keep us posted on what this board might be able to do to support your efforts, the city's efforts in trying to help. Okay. Thank you for letting us know. Many of us wouldn't know that if you didn't tell us. So thank you so much. Commissioner Van Sickle.
Thank you, Chair. I want to go back to what Commissioner Gannon said. I spoke with Candace recently and asked if she had any data supporting the Oakland County discharges. And she told me that no, but that all the discharges are reported, self-reported to Eagle, and that Eagle has quite a wealth of information about the discharges. So probably we should collect, unfortunately, since the time I talked with Candace, I haven't had time to go back and research that. But probably we should collect the data from Eagle and say, here it is, dispute this. So when I get that, I'll share it.
Well,
Or it's available to anybody to go online and get.
Well, the letter Candace Miller and I drafted that we sent to Eagle had data in there that 74,000 counts, E. coli counts, those standards 300, 74,000. So we've got data there, and there's numbers don't lie, and it's not our numbers, it's numbers reported to the state. So
Well, maybe we need to take the numbers to the public, because how can Commissioner Nash stand up there with a straight face and dispute numbers that they reported?
let us kids play in the red run drain like so many of our children have done.
Yeah.
See if you like to do that.
Again, we need to sway public opinion in our direction, and we can't let outright misstatements stand.
Well, the state representatives, our coalition state representatives are meeting with the director this week or next on the subject. I haven't heard feedback on the EPA's conversation with the director. They came from Washington to call them about what's going on down here, why they're allowing this community to have a permit violation since open permit things since 22, and why are they allowing such high levels to be discharged? Because that violates the Clean Water Act of the United States of America, which is enforced by the EPA, which they delegate the state of Michigan to enforce. So, and I talked to the chair of the board, Dave Woodward, texted me last day. He says, I'm in this press conference. Gave me a heads up that he was in there, and said that what put me over the top was the legislation these representatives proposed about penalizing us to do something. And I says, well, they did it because they needed to get attention, and it got attention certainly. He says, we do not seek to penalize you. We just want some incremental progress to do something to try to make a difference to reduce it, like we've done over the last 20 years. And
Well, Warren has spent a great deal of money. Macomb County has spent a great deal of money. We gave $40 million of our ARPA money to work on underground infrastructure, and we've spent other monies, and I hope Oakland isn't jockeying for position to squeeze the state or somebody else to pay what they should be taking care of.
well, I assure you, if they had sewage running through Birmingham and Troy, we wouldn't hear the end of it. So anyway, thank you, and we'll make a note of that, and we'll see what we can work on. Commissioner Zinner.
Thank you, Chair. I agree with both Gus and Don here. In regard to what the gentlemen from the public were bringing up, I had someone speak, and I've heard this many times. I had someone tell me a couple weeks ago that they were a poll challenger. I believe it was in 22, and they were in a rather small building, not a large building, and someone, that's a poll challenger now, just watching, and someone went to put their ballot into the machine, and it wouldn't go in the machine, and it got to be 5 or 6 times that the worker continued to press on to have the person put their ballot into the machine over and over and over again. And the poll challenger said, stop, it's not going in properly. It should be able to go in properly. There's a problem here. And the worker didn't like that. And then another worker came over, and before you know it, there were 5 workers there telling this poll worker she was wrong and out of line. And she said, you can see it's not going in there. There's a problem here. And she tried to explain more. And they said, oh, get so-and-so. And they proceeded to get a worker, someone who works for the government, to come to the situation, who proceeded to say that that they were going to call the police on her. Now, the clerk was in the vicinity. The clerk's office is in the vicinity. I don't know if the clerk was there or not. And she said, okay, call the police, because the police will tell you that you're wrong. This person's ballot is there's a problem with this. And they said, no, we're going to have you removed. I don't think they called the police. Somehow she got removed from the door. Maybe they did call the police. But that is not the first time I've heard something like that. So there are concerns, and I don't know if people don't know the rules. I don't know what the situation was. There was one more thing that group of people were doing. As they would say someone's name, they would say the particular party they were from. It was the same party for certain people. It wasn't both parties. It was one party. It doesn't matter to me, but that's not supposed to be done. That's improper. It's just harassment. Either way, there are things, and that's happening in Macomb County, where you wouldn't expect to have that. That's blatant. So, I just want to make people aware that there are things being done, and I hope that these things shouldn't be happening. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Zinner. Commissioner Ha.
Thank you, Chair. Today was the Senior Information Fest, Fun Fest. I know Commissioner Van Sickle, Romano, I was there. I don't know who else was there. But I could tell you what a valuable asset for our seniors. The line was around the door. They were anticipating 5,000 to 6,000 people going through there. You could barely move. Took me 20 minutes to find Mary over there at our little station, just trying to get through. The massive amount of information that was passed out was just overwhelming. So if you get a chance next year, put that on your schedule just to see the magnitude of seniors who are being bussed in from all over Macomb County to be able to attend. You could barely find a parking spot, and one of us lost the car, so the other one helped him find it because there was so many cars there. But I would encourage all the commissioners to afford yourself the opportunity of seeing how our resources are working for the county. That's all I have, Chair.
Thank you. To add on to that, you know, senior centers across the county have set up, transportation in there. My senior center's in North End, smart, loads them up, brings them down, takes them back and forth. You know, because there was a time when we didn't have that. The senior center, Freedom, it used to be at Freedom Hill, but people from the North End didn't come down because they didn't have any transportation. It was hard for them to get down. When I first walked in there, two people say, "Hey, you're my Commissioner Brown, how are you?" You're my commissioner. It was pretty amazing. I mean, so many people from around the county come to that, and it's, you know, it's definitely worthwhile. There's a lot of information being, it is appreciated by those, and it's quite a, they must need more room. Go. Seems like it, but anyway, it was good. Anyone else have anything else they want to add?
Sylvia.
Sylvia, Commissioner Rowe.
Great event. I participated, I attended, but I could not see you. You were far. I didn't make it. So you guys
Well, you kinda
both left. That was wonderful. And there is one coming up at Shelby Township,
Oh,
I
Monday.
believe. Monday. So if anybody is in town, stop by.
Good.
Just going back to the resolution that we just passed, I just want to say a big thank you to Candace Miller, standing up for Macomb County and letting us all know, our residents, that we deserve clean water. And Oakland County have to do something about it. They have to find a solution. They cannot send a stinky sewer, raw sewage to our lakes. As a commissioners, I think we can help out going to our communities, like you suggested, I think last meeting, and I spoke to the state rep today. That would be great if each of us go back to our communities and ask them to get a resolution to support. So that is wonderful that we talking, that people are aware of the issue, and that we're making a news. And thank you, Candace, for standing up. So thank you.
Thank you. I signed the letter also.
Yes.
So but she's the spokesperson. People talk to her.
Yes.
She speaks with authority.
I don't think they mentioned you in the article, but her name was.
It's okay. I'm the man behind the scenes.
Hey, what is that?
It's all
There was,
right.
I think,
Hey,
4 or 5
I'm just a little man.
Yeah, right.
Her name was all over.
Anyway, thank you. It's a good suggestion, though, and you all could talk to your councils in advance. That way you're going to come over there, right, and say, we want to pass this, and
Yes.
if they're in agreement with it, don't want to surprise them, because no one likes surprises. But it could be good, and it'd be a good thing to promote what we're doing up here at the county board.
We
Show
still
you all, as firemen leaders care about the lake, and, we're more than just numbers up here.
We still have time to go back to our communities and work on.
Sure, absolutely.
All October.
Commissioner Van Sickle?
Thank you. Speaking of the Fun Fest, I was told by one of the staff people working Prosecutor Lucido's table that they were told they couldn't pass out certain items and they had to take them back. But yet, when you went to Executive Hackle's table, which was right at the front door, there were numerous trinkets that they were passing out, all with Executive Hackle's name on it, which we probably paid for. And so I wonder if the rules are being applied fairly, given the rift that's been going on for months.
Well, the rules are that anyone could, so it's county literature. You can't use campaign literature in a public, an official event. That's just the rule. That's the way it's always been. It's congressional, state, same with us. So if there's an issue about having campaign literature at a table when we're doing a public event, yeah, you can't do that. That violates the rules. But, we'll still.
Well,
Everything definitely got cleared off the tables fast. Mary made 500
Little cups.
little cups, seed cups, or whatever they were.
I thought it was pudding, Mary.
They were cleared off. Kyle then came back and replaced it with more glasses, and those things were gone. And those are gone before he even left the building. So there's a lot of stuff that came and went off there. And it is interesting, I didn't go around and inspect everybody's stuff, but somebody apparently did. And, well, we know there's, a little animosity between certain elected officials, so, anyway. Anyone else? What happens if we have a short meeting, we have a nice discussion time? Yes.
If I may, I see Mr. McKinnon just showed up. Anybody wants to ride in his 30-foot boat is more than welcome. We're taking out fishing. Beautiful boat. Thank you for the invitation, Mr. McKinnon. We appreciate it.
Really? What time do we leave?
Much shorter. That's all I got. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Anybody else? Seeing none, we'll close public participation. Need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Support Zinner.
In favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you very much. Have a good weekend.